Good morning, everyone. We're continuing here in KITZUR SHABBOS, Laws of Bishul. Today is called Kli Rishon, pouring hot liquids or hot food from a Kli Rishon, from the first vessel. HaKiluach sheba mikli, the flow that comes from a vessel, nikra b'shem iri, it's called pouring. Iri Kli Rishon, the pouring from the Kli Rishon, that is the flow of liquid or food that is coming from that Kli. As long as it did not yet get into the Kli Sheni, the second Kli, Yeshalav Din, Kli Rishon. We call it a Kli Rishon. And just like anything you're not allowed to put into a Kli Rishon that's already been removed from the fire, Aser la'aros alav mikli rishon. You're not even allowed to pour the hot water, the liquid, whatever it might be, from the Kli Rishon onto that shigam irim mevashel knas, because that flow, that pouring, can also cook a little bit of whatever it touches. When you have food or you have liquid that can be cooked, munachim b'kli, and it's in the kli, asel ha'aros aleim mikli rishon. You cannot pour from a Kli Rishon onto that food because it's going to be cooking. Im yachashashi is chamu KITZUR. That is why if there's a chashash, a concern that the food that you are pouring onto is now going to heat to the temperature of Yatzel lettuce by. If you put food or other things that are shaykh, that are possible for cooking into a plate, put the hot food in there first, because you don't want it to cook anything. That's why if a person washes a vessel, he should dry it first before you pour something from the Kli Rishon into there. You don't want the pouring to heat up the drops of water that are in that vessel that are still in there. However, if you're in a situation where you just simply can't dry up all the water, like a bottle, the mouth of that bottle is very narrow, and you're not able to reach on the bottom part of the vessel to dry it out. There are those that will permit it even without drying it. Aval, be careful. Whatever drops of liquid you can get out of the bottle, you should do that in the first place. Now, if the liquid that was in there was already cooked one time, and it did not yet cool off, then you for sure could pour from a Kli Rishon into there. Since that it didn't cool off yet, now you're pouring more liquids in there, hot. It's not considered bishul acher bishul, cooking after cooking. However, if the liquid that's inside the Kli already cooled off, even though we said you cannot pour those liquids into a Kli Rishon, we don't have to be that strict about them. Like some kind of a liquid that was not yet cooked, to cause that you need to dry it out first, the Kli, in the vessel. There are those who say, as we mentioned before, that even for a davalach, something that is moist, there's no bishul acher bishul. And if you just pour out as many drops as you possibly can, that's going to be good enough, and you wouldn't have to dry out the entire Kli. Have a wonderful day.